Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today I'm out in the driveway and we are tinkering on the flatbed, trying to sort out a couple minor issues that this thing's been having. One of which is a fuel leak. We've got issues with the factory filter head. Now this has been patched up and repaired several times. The fuel heater's been deleted. I believe it has cracked in this area up here, and it's blowing out filter seals now for some reason. So instead of just trying to track down a used filter head, I reached out to PureDieselPower and they sent out one of their IDI fuel filter heads. And this thing is a unit. Billet aluminum, no provisions for the filter heater or fuel heater, just a solid chunk. And it will bolt right in place of the factory head. Another real nice feature about this one, at least in my opinion, is this converts to a 33380 Wix filter. I'm sure you can cross-reference that to whatever brand you prefer, but that filter there is about a third of the price of the factory style bolus, the complete canister filters like this Donaldson, which right now runs around 30 bucks a piece. The Baldwin runs like 32 a piece. That Wix is like 12 bucks on Rock Auto. And it's got good micron ratings on it. It's got the drain in it. So yeah, this in the long term will pay for itself too, which is kind of nice. But we've also got a valve cover leak and some other stuff that I'm not gonna really bore you with. The main thing's gonna be getting this filter head swapped out. And yeah, so while I've got everything torn down and out of the way, I'm gonna go on and fix the valve cover leak and some other little things. So let's just get into it. Alrighty, so I'm not going to bore you too much with the disassembly on this because my setup is already a fair bit different than what was here OEM. I use push lock stuff, which is all soft hose from the pump up to here. I've got a braided line back here down to the injection pump, which I'm going to be changing and setting it up just like this one here. So in factory form, these would be hard lines with olive seal compression fittings on both ends of the filter head. Really simple to change, really simple to remove. You unhook your fuel lines on both ends, unhook your return line, and 2 bolts, and the filter head comes out. Very straightforward, nothing to it, but I'm not gonna bore you showing you how to do that on my end because my setup's different. Then I'm gonna go on and change out this valve cover gasket and some other stuff. So I will bring you guys back when we are ready to get this filter head swapped out, get the new one put on, and get it all set up. I got part of the air box off to make getting the valve cover out a little easier. But checked everything out under there, and it's all looking good. Nothing out of the ordinary. So this valve cover, we're gonna hose her down, we'll super clean. I'll hose her down, get her cleaned up. Might throw a fresh coat of paint on them. We'll see. But yeah, most of the bolts were finger tight, so that was probably a big part of our leak. I guess vibration and everything else over the years. But yeah, we'll go on and get this cleaned up and hopefully start getting it put back together. Alrighty, we are back to it. It's been a couple days. I went through and resealed valve cover gaskets, changed injector O-rings, pulled and resealed the HVAC box, and a few other things. So I wanted to do it all while everything was apart, and it just seemed like a good time to do it. But now we are ready to slap on this new filter head. I went on and put a bit of red Loctite on the filter stud and got it threaded in and snugged down good and tight. I also, you'll need to pick up 2 4.5 inch long 3/8 bolts. I'm going to use I got gold because that's what they had. But 2 5/16 washers, the 3/8 bolts fit through them, but they are smaller in diameter than the 3/8 ones. And I like the cleaner look around the housing. So I'm going to get this bolted up and start getting our fuel lines hooked back up. Hopefully we'll be able to pull a vacuum on the system, get it all primed up, and get it going here shortly. Alrighty, got our filter head bolted up. And as you can see, I'm using push lock hose instead of the factory hard lines. I've got a new one for the supply to the pump from the filter as well. These come from Rust Repair. So check those out if you're tired of messing with the metal lines and the olive seals. These are a nice upgrade as far as I'm concerned. So I need to get this fitting out of my pump down here and get the push lock line set up for the filter head down to the pump. And then we should be able to spin a filter on and prime the system. So I wanted to talk about a quick, or make a quick note of, the factory filter head has this little nipple right here, which typically a return line from the #1 injector comes up to. Now, this nipple's got a little check valve in it, which only lets, or is supposed to, only let air out of this filter head go that way to the return to aid in getting air out of the filter. But this setup does not have an extra port for that nipple. It does come with the Schrader valve to check pressure and to bleed the air out of the filter head. But for the time being, I am going to plug this return line. Now, all that should do is eliminate the possibility from a leaky return system getting air back into the fuel supply, which could be a good thing. But technically speaking, if the check valve in that nipple is working properly, you shouldn't get air into the supply side anyways. But after, 25, 30, 40 years of service, those check valves tend to stick and they're not working, and people will chase their tails on air intrusion issues and come to find out that little check valve is leaking through, and a slight O-ring leak on any one of these caps or a hose leak or something like that on the return side lets air into the supply side, and then they're chasing their tails for it. So we're going to, for now, plug this off, and we're just going to bring it up here and tie it up out of the way so it's here on the truck. And what some people do with these filter heads, if you want to keep that, is just run a T off of this port, an 1/8 inch MPT T, and run your Schrader valve off one side and the factory check valve nipple on the other, and run your return to it, and you won't have any issues. But I'm going to attempt to delete it for now, just to simplify things, and I don't have a T on hand anyways. And we'll just see how it does. And if it works well, we don't have any issues, we'll leave it that way. But yeah, we're just about ready to spin a filter on this thing and try to get the air out of it and see how it runs. Well, there we are, all buttoned up. Got the air purged out of the system, and runs really well. Now I can see, since the only source of air for the injection pump is from the filter head and from the supply line, with this translucent line I've got on here, I can see any air pockets coming from the supply side now that that return line off the filter head has been deleted. With that said, I will say it is a little bit more tricky to get all the air out of the system. Once it fired, for the first 5 or so minutes it was running, if I throttled it up hard and let off of it, it would die. It'd fire right back up, but it still had air getting trapped in the injection pump. So after running for about 10 minutes, that all cleared up. I'm not getting any air pockets in this line anymore out of the top of the injection pump. and I've got no leaks. Everything looks really good. So yeah, I'm gonna get the air filter assembly, the pipe and all that stuff put back on it, and grab some degreaser, clean this thing off, and pressure wash it really good. Then I got to service it, and we should be good to go for a long while, hopefully. Well, got everything put back together. So now I'm going to fire up the pressure washer, hose this thing down with degreaser, and get all the oil and fuel off of it, and wrap this project up. Well, got it all cleaned up, and overall I must say I am pretty happy with how this turned out. This filter head is a much better design than the factory setup. No heater to worry about leaking, and so far I'm pretty happy with deleting that return line. We've got instant startups, no more air intrusion issues, and to top it all off, a much cheaper and readily available filter that I can pick up just about anywhere. So yeah, overall, win-win. With that said, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. If you would, be sure to check out PureDieselPower.com. Shout out to them for providing this filter head. It is a great setup. And yeah, be sure to check them out. Also be sure to check out RustRepair.com. That is who I got the push lock hose conversions from. You can piece this together yourself, but I like to support small business where I can. So big shout out to them also. They did not provide it, I paid for it, but be sure to check them out. I'll put links to everything I've used in the description to the video, so be sure to check that out. I will go on and cross-reference this Wix filter to a couple other brands that are pretty common and popular as well. So be sure to check that out too. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. If you got any comments, questions, complaints, drop them in the comment section below. If you would, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out quite a bit and doesn't cost you anything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.